Hi, this is George from Digital High Road. In today's review, I want to do a review of a image compression / plugin system. It has to do with shrinking and reshaping sizes of images to speed up your site. It's called ShortPixels, and how you can get the deal, and I'll have a link for you for the deal. If at the end of this review that you found some help, if you will, if you liked the video, that added value to your marketing career, then please give us a large thumbs up, like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and also hit the bell icon so you get notified every time I publish a new video to our site. So let's move on into today's review of ShortPixels. So as we move into our review for ShortPixel, I just want to remind you that this is a double-pronged attack on your images so that you have better site speed and better site speed for your site, loading up quicker using Google Vitals, and better site speed will get you better rankings with Google. So better rankings with Google will then get you better positioning for keywords, what you're trying to optimize, and the keywords then will give you better placement so you can sell more products from your blog or your site. So keeping that in mind, I just want to suggest and tell you real quickly that I'm going to leave the link for 3 different articles in the description, which stress the importance of site speed. I'm also going to give you a couple sites down in the description as well, called Pingdom and then GT Metrix, sites where you can test your site speed and test out your URLs for there. So let's move on into what we're dealing with ShortPixel. Now, ShortPixel, if we look at it, you sign in to the account, and what you're going to be dealing with is you're going to have to pay for CDN, Content Delivery Network, which is going to have optimization of pictures from your site, and we'll get to that in a second. But what we're going to do is we are logged in here. Okay, we're going to log in, and then when you log in, immediately it's going to come into the pricing plan, because that's how everything works for this type of sites, where they work on optimization and resizing, basically redoing your image sizes to get your image sizes so they load quicker. That's going to be involving credits, because it's just not going to happen for free. I mean, you can get a free account on here, but only up to a limited amount of things. We will go into pricing a little bit later. I have a little short section that talks about the pricing. What we're going to do is you're going to be looking at installing a couple things on a WordPress site. Now, what you're going to do is there are a couple plugins, which is this plugin here, or if we go back here, I'll show you the tools here real quick. This plugin is available on the WordPress.org plugin depository. It's for free. This one is too, but you can only use it for a limited amount. Now you can't use this and this together on your site. It's either this or this on your site to help with the images. Now the thing is, this will work on optimizing your image and getting it into a situation where the images are smaller and more compressed. But this one will be like an active, growing, living thing that's on your site. So as each person comes into your site and clicks on another page on your site, the images will be optimized for where they are in the world and optimized for what the type of platform they're looking at it on, whether it be a phone, an iPhone, a Microsoft Surface, an iPad, a laptop, a desktop. These pictures will all be actively as people look at it. That's the cool thing about this plugin, is that this is going to be adapting the images to what the people are looking at them on. Now, again, this is a free download, but when you go into our site and it's downloaded, I had to hook in my domain. So now when the pictures are being resized and all, it's going to use up credits on my CDN. So keeping that in mind, what I did is I went ahead and did I took 5 URLs from each of my 2 sites that are making the money for me, and we went through and I studied them out, and then now I'm going to be setting up this plugin plus using the optimizer tool, which we'll get back to here. This is the compression part of, and they have lossy, glossy, and lossless. Now they promote and want you to use lossy. That's the best one. And they'll explain what the compression differences are here for you. But you can set it at whatever setting you want. And you can do 50 files at a time. And that's kind of like what I would do. Now, when I went into my website here earlier, I had a plugin in here called Smush. And Smush would actively and on its own, when I install images to my site, it would smush them. Okay, it would smush any images I put on here. So they were more optimized, but they weren't optimized in the way that these plugin from ShortPixels, the adaptive plugin, using the CDN credits and compressing these images, would work for you as you move through using the ShortPixel program. And just one more thing I wanted to remind you about is this compresses up to 90% compression rate, which is excellent. Also, it supports formats JPEG, PNG, the GIFs, PDFs, and WebP formats. So those are the formats it supports. It's very important that you would know that. In case you were questioning what formats it supports, that's what ShortPixels will support. Let's move on to the next section. Let's talk about the pricing next. Okay, so I wanted to look at ShortPixel and ShortPixel, the pricing for ShortPixels. They have monthly plans, one-time plans, and dedicated servers. So we're going to look at one-time plans first. It depends on the amount of images you get to do. Under the one-time plan, get basically you get the full program. Everything that they do, this program is available. The only difference would be how much it's going to cost you for a one-time plan is going to depend totally on the images that you process. So it goes from 30,000 up to 510,000. That's $99 one-time fee, $29.99, $19.99, and $9.99. That's the one-time plans. The monthly plans, if you want to do it, you get $300 per month. If it's a free plan, you get $15,000 per month. If you paid $4.99, $36,000 per month, and 165,000 images will cost you $29.99 a month. So that's a lot of images. Again, you get everything that's involved with the program. And you know about the program because we've talked about that. So everything we talked about is involved in this plan. Okay, so I wanted to do a test. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this in. I drag this in. I'm going to drag this in. I'm going to drag this in. And I'm going to drag this in. Now what we have here was we have 5 images. We're in lossy. And we're going to compress them. So you see that these are working. These are compressing right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take, we'll come back to this in a minute. Okay, so we're on PNG. I'm going to do the same images. That'll be image 1. Now you have to do these individually on here. So you see I can click and drag before, but this, I'm putting these in individually. This is the way this works. Okay, so I can move these in. I can click and drag these in as well. Now you can see something. Here's a problem already. Okay, the file's too large for Tiny.png, and then once you go Pro, and then they'll give you the amount 29%. Let's go back to the compression here. Now, what they're doing is they're telling you what. See, this is taking a little longer because that's one of the larger ones. You see 15.8. But you see, each one of these is compressing, and they're going to tell you the percent of compression. So this went down 36%. This went down 90, 91, 81%. And then we'll see what this is going to come in at here in a second. The large cow picture. But the TNG you see is 29%, wouldn't, 82%, 64% wouldn't. So see, this is what I always used before. Now I have this. See, 91%, and it did it for me too. So that's the difference, is that this handles all sizes of pictures as well, whereas the Tiny.png, the free account. Now, I mean, I can buy Pro, but I went, basically, this is Pro right here, and this handles it. Just wanted to show you the test difference and how much more compression you're going to get. Now, the thing I want you to realize is when you enter a site, in here, very often the WordPress program will create like 5 different images of each one of these, which affects your Google Vitals. So that's a real quick review of ShortPixels and what it's important and how it works. We're talking about using the image compressor, which is part of the program, and you're using a plugin, one of the 2 plugins. There are other plugins there too, but one of those 2 top plugins we showed you are the 2. Either one of them would be the ones you'd want to use on your site. Keeping that in mind, everybody wants a site that converts well. Everybody wants a site that's fast, gets good Google rankings. So keeping that in mind, ShortPixels, take a serious look at it. It's a lot of time. It's a big time saver if you do the program that ShortPixel is giving you. You know, use the image compressor when you put images on your site. Use the, see, because these can be downloaded. You can put them on your page. And I would say use this program to heighten your Google experience, to get you better rankings, to get you better site loads, which then will help you make money quicker and faster because your site's going to load up faster than someone else's. Use the tools I gave you, the GT Metrix and the Pingdom, and then the 3 articles with site speed, how important it is, and the video I talked to you about before that I did on Web Vitals from Google. Using all that will give you a better experience with your site, with your blog online. So I hope you got some value from this video today. If you did, please give us a large thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and while you're at it, reach over there and hit the bell icon. Tap it a couple times to make sure it registers and that you'll get notified every time I publish a new video to our channel. So long.